It's time to look at yet another horror-related subscription service. For almost as long as I've had this channel, I've been opening up the monthly Blu-ray and DVD offerings from Horror Pack, a movie-based horror subscription service. Well, now I've found another horror-related subscription service, this one focusing on books. And that company is called Nightworms. And I've just received my very first Nightworms package. This is the March 2022 Nightworms subscription package. Now, Nightworms is a company that's a few years old now, and they've gotten some rave reviews from other people, but I only recently found them. I subscribed a few weeks back, but now my first package has finally arrived, so we'll see what's inside. The thing that really sold me on Nightworms is that they promise that they are really a book-centric package. Rather than just being one book, they say every package includes at least 2 books, often including autographed copies or signed book plates, along with some other goodies. But whereas some packages emphasize the goodie bag, Nightworms promises to emphasize the books and just include the goodie bag as sort of an add-on. So I'm really excited to see what's inside. I'm going to open it up as I do with the horror packs, and we'll see what's what. It's a soft pack and it's sealed, so I have to be a little bit careful as I open it, not to damage anything. But I think I can manage. All right, there it is, open and ready to go. I can just see the ends of the books. I still don't know what's inside. You will find out as I do. One thing that pleases me is the first one I see here is actually a hardcover. So let's look at that first. That's a book called Sundial by Catriona Ward. This is a book that I'm not familiar with. It's an author that I've not yet read, although I am aware of her work and I've heard some great things. She wrote a book a year or 2 ago, I want to say last year, it could have been 2 years, but it was called The Last House on Needless Street, and it received almost universally rave reviews. I have a copy on hand, but I've not read it yet, much to my eternal shame, so I can't really comment much on the author's writing, but there's a lot of praise on the back. She has a good reputation, and it's a really lovely cover, so I'm already excited about it. Let me open up the flap and see if there's a description that we can read. And indeed there is. It says, "You can't escape what's in your blood. All Rob wanted was a normal life. She almost got it too. A husband, 2 kids, a nice house in the suburbs. But Rob fears for her oldest daughter, Callie, who collects tiny bones and whispers to imaginary friends. Rob sees a darkness in Callie, one that reminds her too much of the family she left behind. She decides to take Callie back to her childhood home, to Sundial, deep in the Mojave Desert, and there she will have to make a terrible choice. Callie is worried about her mother. Rob has begun to look at her strangely and speaks of past secrets. Callie fears that only one of them will leave Sundial alive. The mother and daughter embark on a dark desert journey to the past in the hopes of redeeming their future. Sharp as a snakebite, Sundial is a thrilling new novel from the internationally best-selling author of The Last House on Needless Street." And there's a blurb right here by none other than the king himself, Stephen King, who called the author's previous work a true nerve shredder that keeps its mind-blowing secrets to the very end. So I'm really excited to dig into this. Don't know much about the book, know a little bit about the author, but you know what? It's a great piece for my collection. Too many people don't even bother with hardcovers anymore, so it's really nice to see a hardcover that I can tend to and put in with the rest of the library. So I like it as a physical artifact. I think it's a great inclusion to a package, and I'm looking forward to reading it. That's Sundial by Catriona Ward. And the next book to come out is a paperback, and that's one called Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is an author who I have read. I read only one of her works, Mexican Gothic, which came out, I think, about a year ago. Again, maybe 2 years ago. My sense of time has gone all cattywampus, but fairly recent book, and it was pretty damn good. Mexican Gothic surprised me in a lot of ways. Started off as sort of a traditional Gothic story, but then it went in some weird directions and ended up being more horrifying than I really expected. And so if we can expect the same things out of this book, Certain Dark Things, I think I'm in for a treat. The description on this one says, "Welcome to Mexico City, an oasis in a sea of vampires." A vampire novel, I like that. Domingo, a lonely garbage-collecting street kid, is just trying to survive its heavily policed streets when a jaded vampire on the run swoops into his life. Atl, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, ATL, the descendant of Aztec blood drinkers, is smart, beautiful, and dangerous. Domingo is mesmerized. Atl needs to quickly escape the city, far from the rival narco-vampire clan relentlessly pursuing her. Her plan doesn't include Domingo, but Atl finds herself warming up to the scrappy young man and his undeniable charm. As the trail of corpses stretches behind them, local cops and crime bosses start closing in. Vampires, humans, cops, and criminals collide in the dark streets of Mexico City. Do Atl and Domingo stand a chance of making it out alive, or will the city devour them all? That sounds like an interesting take on a vampire story. I'm hopeful that the vampires are really the nasty bloodsuckers that we all know and love. Too many vampire stories of late have been not even vampire romances, although there are too many of those, but just sort of wimpy vampires. This sounds like it's leading up to nastier vampires. Maybe not, horribly, beastly, mindless vampires, but more like supercharged human criminals that happen to drink blood kind of vampires. And that's really what I want. I want my vampires to be ruthless and horrifying, and except for the one in the lead, it sounds like we're going to get some of those, so I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia. And so those are the books, but that's not all that's in this pouch. We also have a little goodie bag. That's everything from this pouch. I do like the pouch itself with the Nightworms logo affixed to the front as a sticker. Looks nice. The black pouch is kind of nice. But what we really want to see is what's in this little goodie bag. So let's open this up, sealed with a sticker. There it is. And let's see what's inside. Okay, the first thing I find is a little tag that just indicates that this is the March 2022 Nightworms package. The name of their theme for this month was Nightfire. And this just tells us all of the stuff that's inside, so I'm not actually going to read that now. I'm going to just dig through. And on the back we have a coupon code for a company called Leaf and Lumos that sells tarot decks and bags and things like that. So nice little discount offer. What else do we have? We have a March 2022 Nightfire Nightworms bookmark. I really quite like the art on this. Let me hold it up so you can see the artwork on both sides of that. Nice little bookmark. I have plenty of bookmarks, but I seem to collect them anyway, so it's nice to have another one. I see another bookmark here. This one advertising The Fervor by Alma Katsu. In one of my previous videos, when I counted down my most anticipated horror books and movies for 2022, that book was on my list. It is coming out on April 26th, according to the bookmark, so look forward to that. I'm certainly looking forward to reading it. So another nice bookmark. Next, here's what I was really looking for. We do in fact have autographed book plates from both authors. So that's nice. I can stick those in the books and turn them into autographed copies with these book plates. I collect autographed books, so that's a wonderful thing. That's, for me, this is enough to sell the subscription service. The fact that they're sending autographed book plates and or autographed copies of the books. Either way, whether you do the book itself or the book plate, for a collector, that really makes it worth the money. But that's not all. We also have a Nightfire sticker. And we have a fridge magnet that says "Read More Women," and something three-dimensional amidst all the flat stuff. A little pouch of something. What is this? It says, "At the stroke of midnight." Oh, this is from that Leaf and Lumos company for whom we got the coupon code. And this is a tea. As I said, it's called At the Stroke of Midnight, and it says it's a tiramisu and vanilla flavor tea. They suggest adding cocoa powder or whipped cream for an extra decadent brew. So I may be more of a coffee guy than a tea guy usually, but I enjoy a tea from time to time, and I like tiramisu and vanilla, so I'm looking forward to trying this. This was a nice little free gift to throw in. And so that does it. We got 2 books with signed book plates for both of them, which is amazing, along with a nice little assortment of just other goodies, bookmarks and stickers and things. So overall, I have to say, I'm really impressed with Nightworms. I'm giving it my thumbs up. I'm only 1 month in. If this is representative of what they do every month, though, I'm really impressed. It's a great value for the money. I'm glad to have subscribed, and I will keep my subscription active. I'm certainly looking forward to the next one. But now, with all of that having been said and my review out of the way, I have 2 brand new books to read, and I'm in the middle of a massive project trying to race to the finish writing my own book. So, pretty busy, so I'm going to sign off. But I will be back soon with more horror-related goodness, so do be sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell. While you're at it, like this video and leave me a comment. All that stuff helps me out. And until next time, as always, take care and stay scared.